So good day to everyone. Mahing adlaw sa tanan. This is Rico Navarro to give you a talk about the new normal in sports. So let me set things up here. I'm doing this through Google Meet. Mo na ba ni ang uso karon that you have to adjust to, which I'm also learning by the way, just like all of us. So I will do here now. So I will be sharing my slide for my talk. To those who are learning Google Meet, just like me, together with Microsoft Teams, you have to present your screen, share a window. So I will share my PowerPoint slide. Then, dapat maano diha. Bukas na ba? Okay. Atong paboto na. Okay, na. So welcome once again to my talk. This is about, a DepEd huddle, of course. Better athletes equals better human beings. Wanted transformational leaders. The new normal in sports. Why do I always carry this title wherever I go, wherever I give a lecture? It is always like this. It's all about making people the best versions of themselves. That's why whether we are coaches, whether we are teachers, or whether we are just in the workforce outside there, but as long as we are handling kids, we have that responsibility to make them the best versions of themselves. There is no excuse about that. That is why whether you be a coach, whether you be a teacher, you cannot get away from that mission. It is our mission that we have to follow. That's why I call it making people better versions of themselves. Maganda. Okay? Points for discussion na to. This is like my outline. And by the way, okay ra gud mo inom og tubig in between. Kaya usay, mahawatan yung uga atong tubig. Okay, points for discussion. This is our outline. Take note. How are you? Mga musta kan yung tanan? I hope you're all doing very well. What happened is something that I'll be asking you today. Then what did we do? Unsa may atong gibuhat? What are we doing or what we're doing right now? What we plan to do, and what are your thoughts? And take note, the reason why I copied this, if you notice this one, this is actually one quote I copy and pasted from the Cebu City Sports Commission. It says, "A good coach can change a game, but great coaches can change a life." From Coach Eckert. So this is what I'd like all of us to embrace today. It's not all about a coach changing a game, but it's about great coaches managing to change the lives of the people who are underneath us. And again, I can interchange the word coach with teacher. A good teacher can change a game or a classroom or a class, but great teachers can change a life. So this is our battle cry for today. And so what happened? Everything stopped. We all that know about COVID-19. Everything. Kini COVID-19, maro ba ni siya? Walay pili. Classes start. Practice stop, game stop. And when I say that, I also include everything else in the world. Trabaho. So many people are working from home right now. Transportation, naundang ang public transport, and so on and so forth. And you know what I mean. Businesses have suddenly crashed, literally crashed, and everybody's just groping for form right now. But should life stop? For us in sports, I'm addressing sports, I'm addressing education, I'm addressing our mission to make people better. And the comment there or the answer is training never stops. Or in the part of education, education never stops. They even say even those who are working right now, up to 40, 50 years old, even myself, learning never stops. I continue learning and learning. Stephen Covey calls it sharpening the saw. We continue to sharpen the saw para dili ta mahimong habol. No? You don't want to be dull. The why of coaching. Let's remember that again. Every time I give talks, I always remind people that why are we coaching or why are we teaching? The why is the most important thing that we have to address. Not the what, not the how. Kanang the what and the how na diha. But if we do things for the correct why, or why we coach or why we teach, then we will be able to change lives. Are we doing this for the money? Or are we doing it for ourselves? Or are we doing it for others? Are we doing it for the development of the youth? Are we doing it to make the youth under us the best versions of themselves? Take note, I will be mentioning that over and over again because that's what we do. If we stop at that mission, maglisod yuta, we will just die a natural death, quote unquote, as far as our careers are concerned. Or the culture, no? The mission, the DepEd is there. For DepEd teachers, don't memorize it. No? Don't memorize the vision mission, but you live it. That's the crucial part. Because lahir ba, you can memorize it, but you don't live it. I'd rather that we live it even if we don't memorize the vision and mission. So again, may I suggest, this is not a time to do strategic planning, vision, mission. Come on, Ana. Go back to your vision and mission and ask yourself, am I fulfilling the mission that the DepEd has stated? In sports, it's as simple as, am I here to win medals only? Or am I seriously for the development of the youth? I think you all know that in coaching, our battle cry is really the development of the youth and not medals. Pero mga medals pang good, sure, you win a medal, the trophy, ano, butang sa shelf. Pero ang kaya lang yapon na, mawa lang yapon na. The real trophy and medal we're talking about is the person themselves. We are here to develop people to be our gold medals, to be our trophies. Next. So again, we review the why. Why are we into this? Review na siya. The challenge is always to put a deeper reason into why we work. Why am I working? Why am I doing all these things? Take note that the basic reasons are shallow and for the short term. If you talk about, I'm just here to make money. I'm just here to make both things. I'm just here to feed my. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's a very noble reason. However, if that happens to be a reason, and only reason for working and for teaching people, I'm afraid to say that it will not make us a better person and it will not make our kids better persons in themselves. Deeper reasons will last us a lifetime because if you really want to nurture, if you really want to train people to become better versions of themselves, we will really do it a lifetime. It's a never ending story because we are here to transform lives. So, what do we do now? Again, the situation is pre-pandemic, pandemic karon and ongoing pagyud, and you can assume in pandemic, COVID will be with us for a relatively long period of time for as long as walay vaccine na aragyapon si Mr. COVID. After a short time, we switch gears, we restart, we accept and adapt. The crucial ka na, we accept and adapt. If we don't accept the fact that there is COVID-19, something can very serious happen to us. For example, if we were that hard-headed, dahil mag-uko ng mga Cebuano, no? If we were that hard-headed and we never believed in COVID-19, did you know that we could be 6 feet under the ground right now? Eh, mga sumata, di ka face mask, di ka social distancing, may bahala na lang. Eh, what if patakdan ta and we are caught when our resistance is low, when our immunization factors are low? Well, come on, imagine, Anna. So we accept that, but I know very well that all of you right now are very much aware of what COVID-19 is, and again, we accept and we adapt. First, we work with ourselves and make the adjustments. Ato sa work with ourselves. First, accept it, then before moving on. Then we welcome ourselves to the new normal. Later on, I'm going to dare say that this is no longer the new normal. This is the normal. Ano ni? Because a new normal was around, I don't know, to pag-adjust na to between February, March, April. Hulyo naman karon. We've been on quarantine for the past 3 to 4 months. So this is no longer the new normal. This is the normal. But of course, sige lang, adjust lang tagamay, no? So what we do is, do we want to do something or do nothing? We have two choices. I'll repeat that. Do you want to do something or do nothing? I copy and pasted this, by the way, from Wonder Woman. Again, my advice to all teachers is it's okay to copy and paste from your favorite movies. And when you share this with your kids, malipay sila, uy, natanaw din si Wonder Woman, no? This is a Wonder Woman told the spy of Britain. I forgot his name now. But when the Wonder Woman told him, oh, you're the one who told me do something or nothing. So here I am doing something. And to go back to the why. Wonder Woman was created to save the world, to go against Zeus. And that she was so gung ho nga to the point na mo diretso lang atake. If you watch the movie Wonder Woman, you know what I mean. If you haven't watched the movie Wonder Woman, tanawa lang and you'll see what I mean. You always go back to the why and you will end up doing what you really have to do or doing what you were meant to do. Okay. So what do we do? Resume practice. Again, I'm speaking from a sports perspective, but in terms of education, we resume classes. No practice is allowed in school or sports centers, and before anything else, however, you ensure the safety and well-being of all. We all know very well if you go to the sports centers, the threat or the danger of catching COVID-19 is always there. So what do? We stay online. Welcome to the world of online clinics and practice. What we're doing right now is a classic example of an online clinic, practice, or webinar. Okay, ang disadvantage ako sa nakisilingan storya diha di kadungog mo. Sige lang, padayon gyapon ta. That's part of it, no? Where do they do it? Zoom, Google Meet, Messenger chat room, Facebook Live, Microsoft Teams, and later on daghan kay mga software man gawas na ron. So this is where now have to adapt and adjust and get on board. Sakay na ta sa online trend. I myself, I have to admit, I'm also learning this. And it is not easy kay medyo, yun nga ba ta, and shall we say, not so young anymore. Medyo nakaiba na tagamay, but still, because of the current situation, I am forced to adapt to the situation and when we do these things. I, I have a colleague in Secretary School Ateneo de Cebu. She said for the first time in her 20 years of teaching that she was forced to open a YouTube channel because diha na ibutang mga lectures kay ini asynchronous na mobalik lang ang estudyante dito sa ilang whether it's Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams or YouTube adto sila sa YouTube will pick up sa lecture. And I would have thought somebody like me ay kibaw ko uso man karon YouTube channel, vlog, Facebook, etc. Pero ako magani nagduduha pa ko open ko YouTube channel. Take note, if I open a YouTube channel, this video could be the first video to be uploaded to that YouTube channel. I will share with you the link later on. Okay, so muna yung makailangan. You too. Okay, put up your own YouTube channels. So what are our tools? It can be done on a cell phone, tablet, laptop, personal computer. Of course, you need data or Wi-Fi. But my point is, kung maka-TikTok man gani ka, kini pa kaha. Dali na kay TikTok. And to know that TikTok is actually a form of an online class. Kung nag-demo man ka, imong gipakita imong saya, di ba? And that's what you do in online classes. And take note, I'm talking about both online classes and online sports clinics or practices. Others, you know how to learn and relearn. Kitatanan. We all have to learn what will happen in the normal. Karon in normal, not in normal. We have to learn precisely to do that. How to get on Google Meet, Zoom, Messenger chat room, etc. How to meet people online. I'd like to share with you this pandemic was in a way I hate to say it, more blessing in disguise, but I got to meet so many sports people, not only from the Philippines, but all over the world, not to sa among online forums. And kung makita mo, mura mo mga amigo tanan, mura mo magkaila tanan. And that's something I really appreciated. So if there's something good that happened out of this pandemic, it will be participating in these online forums. In fact, we're planning to write a book and something about it. I will share all this with you later on when I'll advise Coach Francis know when this happens. The next, kaya kayo, di ba? This pandemic will either make us or break us. Like I said, we will face it up front or surrender. Face it up front. There's no other way to do it. If you run away with it, you will lose the game. And there's nothing else that you'd like to do than beat COVID. Yes or no? Agree or disagree? So it's something or nothing. I'll give you the choice. Yung sa inyo buhaton. Are you going to do something or are you going to do nothing? If you plan to do nothing, you can leave this lecture now. Okay na good. Okay, what mo kayo buhaton ka? But if you plan to do something and be a Wonder Woman and help save the world, come and join me. It's going to be difficult, you know that. Pero sige, padayan mo ka. So reinvent yourselves. Reinvent yourselves. That's the most important thing that we need to do right now. It might take adjustments, like kami mga tiguan, medyo lisod-lisod. Kaya again, remember, ang makaraan, mas lisod kumbaga, i-remodel, o overhaul ang mga tiguan. But sige lang, kaya gihapon. Ang mga batan, may problema. You can adjust to the situation very easily. Learn how to conduct online classes and clinics. You know, Seb Sarlenta ay popular, well, he actually teaches at Ateneo de Manila. Pero iya pag sportscasting, sideline niya. He gave us tips, he gave us a lecture, he said, you're on TV. For those who've always wanted to go on ABS-CBN, GMA, ESPN5, etc., no need. By coming on board in a situation like this, you're on TV already. You are already a TV personality. O, di ba? Your dreams of being a TV personality have already been fulfilled because you're doing your own teaching, you're doing your shows. No, 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 yeah. It's your own show. That's why sometimes when you go on TV, you have to prepare yourself as well. Bana na siya. Be creative and resourceful. Very important to think out of the box. Okay? Think out of the box. You are not giving a lecture in a classroom, or you are not conducting practice in the gym, or the basketball court, or the football field, or the swimming pool, or the volleyball court, or whatever. You are in the online platform of online education, which is a totally different ballgame. First, stick to 40 minutes. We know very well, first thing, kids get bored easily. Secondly, we know that exposure to the internet, exposure to the computer is not very healthy. And you can imagine if you have 8 hours of lecture per day, by the next day, ay imong bata in town, susbugbog sarado, di na makatunga. That's why if you notice, in the learning management systems of so many schools, the plan is more asynchronous, lesser synchronous. Like by recording this video and turning it over to the DepEd, it's a form of asynchronous method. Because you can watch this whenever you want the moment I upload it on YouTube. You can access it anytime. And later on, assuming, for example, kung klase ni siya, I will tell you, watch the lecture on this, a lecture on topic number one, assuming this topic number one. Then we will have a test about this next week. So you look at it, go to YouTube, listen to this talk, we will have a talk, we will have a test about it next week. So that's how it works. Do fun stuff, very important. Have fun. Let them do things. Let them stretch. Let them work out. Then also have a kumustahan section, very important. Don't, I mean, right now, if I were going live, I would actually tell you right now to stand up, stretch, do stretching drills, etc. so that you get to loosen up. But since this is asynchronous, this is recorded, no problem because you can do it on your own. Pwede man mo i-pause. Yan, stretch kung imo ka lang. Then have a kamustahan session. Kamustahan session means you don't talk about practice, you don't talk about work, mangungusta lang mo sa tanong. It is a very healthy form of help, especially in these days of mental health awareness. Importante kaayo that we take care of our kids. Then ask, musta na mo? Then look for the red flags. Red flags meaning if there are signs that a child might be suffering mental health wise, it is our duty to help. It's not our duty to help. So I'd like to show you a few examples of how online sessions are being conducted. This is sports, of course. Again, take note, I can interchange sports and classroom all the time. Sports classes, pareho na sila. This is a live, well, a picture of a live session done for training. They obviously are not doing, well, it's basketball and football, but you can tell right now that basketball, they're doing conditioning drills. Okay, conditioning drills is strength and conditioning. Pahangin. The girls are also doing stretching drills. Pahangin po na, strength and conditioning. Football, this is a kumustahan session. Story-story lang. Story-story sila. This is pastoral basketball and SBP basketball. I'd like to share with you the pastoral basketball. You see the slide there. You see on the upper right part here, ganing naa sila yung mga table of contents ba? The number of drills are listed already, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that all the students have to do is look at that list of drills, then they'll do it all together. At least na guide. Now, for SBB basketball, I'd like to show this because this SBB basketball is younger, 12 years old and below. If you notice, there are fewer participants. These two people are coaches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are students. This kining siya is just the host. Wala siya labot. So, the younger they get, the fewer they are in the classroom because it's easier to monitor and it's easier to teach. In this case, ila pa ganing gibuwag ang kanang advanced gamay sa mga novice or beginners. It's one adjustment that you have to make online. Then volleyball. Again, I'm just showing you basically the same kind of pictures, but what I'd like to show you here would be the kind of discipline that you want to instill, no, in your teams. No? For example, the one on the left, If you notice, they're still in uniform. It's like practice na siya and it's online. It's not an actual practice sa volleyball court. Uniform na gyapon. They have what you call practice uniforms and the coaches instills discipline. Mag-uniform na tanan, mao na atos looban. Then online forums. I was part of an MWF online forum now on the left here where this is what I talked about. I got to meet people from all over the world. I got to meet somebody from Sweden, from Italy, Canada, and the United States, and we all got together in a regular MWF forum held during the lockdown. They started sometime in the late around April. We ended in May. Pero nanganak ni siya. This forum was so successful that it led to more online forums like the one on the right. Grow her game. I'm pointing the arrow at Raya Tolentino. She is a girls football player at the secondary school at Ateneo de Cebu, but she's also a member of the Philippine national team girls under 15 football team, and she was a team captain. We're very proud of her. She's also a regular honor student. Average is only 95. Very smart good student, and I'm so proud of them. They practice at 5:30 a.m. Go to regular classes on the academic standing 95. How else can you get that kind of a player? No, very very wonderful. So here online, this is all online right now. You get to meet new people. You get to talk and chat with people from other places of the world. Then on the left, we all know 30 Ravenna. This is very fresh. 30 Ravenna had a Kumustahan session with the Sacred Heart School Academy of Cebu, Magis Eagles team, where he shared notes. Ang style ani kay 30 Ravenna, he said he did not want to give a talk or a lecture like I'm doing now. He just said, let's just have a kumustahan. You ask questions, I will answer as much in the best way I can. And because he did that, it became a natural flow, a natural conversation. And it was like you were good friends already, as if you met so many times before and you just invited him to come join us. But for all the basketball players, this was the first time that they actually met 30 Ravenna with a red hair. By the way, he's now leaving for Japan soon, and we wish him well. The first Filipino to play in the Japanese B League. The other, the other form here on the right in blue, it's all blue obviously because of Ateneo. This was an all Ateneo coaches forum of all Ateneo schools nationwide. Obviously, Ateneo de Manila is like the queen of them all. So sila yung motabang, sila yung host, na sila sa mutudlo nato tanan. Then the entire nation from Davao, Cagayan de Oro, Zamboanga, Ateneo de Naga, Iloilo, ni-appeal sila sa mauning kining atong online forum for coaches. Mabalik sa tubig ka ha? Again, nothing wrong with drinking water in between. Kay lisod na. Okay, next. This is another online talk with Olympic qualifier AJ Obiena. Wonderful guy. Again, my first time to meet him. Who would have thought I meet him for the first time? Olympic qualifier. Again, if you make it to the Olympics, that is the ultimate dream. 21 years old. He's going to the Olympic. It's supposed to be this year. Of course, na-cancel, so it's scheduled next year, 2021, in Tokyo. But when I met him, I found out he was a very nice guy. Yuli Bog. In fact, we met him right before he went to practice. So he gave us an hour and a half. He told us, okay lang ako 1 hour and a half, but he had to go. So we talked to him. Don't mind the people faced in circle, including me there, but the ones in circle right now are those members of the secondary school at the Cebu track and field team who also joined us. It was a mix. There were coaches, there were students, and they all enjoyed had fun talking to an Olympic qualifier. Kano siya pamanta makikistorya ng Olympic qualifier? That is a very rare opportunity. Then this is very recent. This is an online competition for dance sport. Natin sa Pikas is Taekwondo Pomse. Again, just when you thought na, what ba yung competition? Naundang mantanan. What does dance sport do? Pwede kayo. We had a dance sport competition, bago pa kayo, July 4 and 5. That was over the weekend. Of course, the mechanics are a bit different. Wa na sila mo ang waterfront hotel, wa na sila mo ang gym. They danced from their respective houses. Unya, magdungan og sayaw tanan following the same music. Unya ang judges naa sa magtan-aw nila ang mag-judge. And at the end of the competition, the judges will decide who wins. Sa POMSE, in this European POMSE Championship, each taekwondo jin or each taekwondo athlete will record his routine sa balay ng gihapon. and they were told what to do. Taga-secretary, you do this, this, this. And then they are recorded. After recording it, ilang ipadaog balik or ipadaan nila sa tournament committee or organizing committee. Then the tournament organizing committee will collect all the recordings of all the submissions. Then there is one date of the competition. Buhaton sa tournament committee, they will air on YouTube all the submissions, all the entries, as if it were a real tournament ongoing. So, amindot ani, all the athletes are watching themselves and their competitors on YouTube while the judges are also judging. So again, it's a unique, very unique form of competition, but it does its purpose. And it opens up the world. What this pandemic has done, it has brought down the borders, it has brought down the walls. In the same way that I was able to talk to and explore and negotiate and network with people from the US, uh, England, Canada, and Sweden, these guys were able to compete internationally against other people from around the world. And they also got to meet and talk to each other. Eventually, I know that some of them became friends online and they now continue to talk to each other, whether as athletes or as coaches. Diba? Kuya, this pandemic can bring about new and exciting things. Next. Kaya ba? Diba? So what are your thoughts? We're coming to a close now, and I basically we're asking ourselves, what are your thoughts? What are the athletes doing these days? Are they in the houses? Why buhat? Online links and classes are very important. That's the way to go. Obviously, you cannot have face-to-face classes. Obviously, you cannot have face-to-face practices in gyms or barangay halls. But we have to do something. We cannot do just nothing. Then the online competitions, dance sport, taekwondo, karate, and chess, all those, actually sila gid nakabenefit ani. These four sports have had regular competitions not only nationally but nationwide and internationally. So, nag-una na sila sa ubang sports. Then don't think traditional. Competition for basketball, obviously, you cannot have a 5-on-5 or 3x3 game. But you can think of other forms of competitions among basketball teams. For example, have you heard of freestyle basketball? Freestyle basketball is like dribbling the ball, ball handling, but with finesse. Musayaw sila, kanya mo in between the legs, around the head, etc. Then they are judged. Then we have competitions, or you have judges judging the competition and declare a winner. So again, it's just thinking out of the box. It's not basketball, but it's also fun because people will be forced to show off their talent and their skills. Another way to do it is what ABS-CBN did sa Facebook. ABS-CBN hosted a slam dunk contest, believe it or not. No, very recently, so 2 weeks ago. So, unsa man ang klase ang slam dunk contest, the three participants were in three different locations sa ilang mga balay. Ang usa was in the quadrangle of his apartment complex, kaya may basketball ring. No problem with social distancing kay siya mo usa. Ang usa pa tuwa sa basketball court sa ilang village. Of course, nananghid sila with ABS-CBN. Ang usa, si Terdy Ravena, dito lang siya sa ilang balay. Sa ilang driveway, naa sila goal where he can dunk the ball. So the slam dunk contest was three different people making dunks in their respective houses. And yun sa judges. There were judges judging from the homes. Kobe Paras and Robert Molik, they were judges as well. Then they were showing their scores. And in ABS-CBN, the host was also there hosting. To sa siya host. So again, if you think creatively, if you think resourcefully, you'll be able to cook up this kind of things. No? I know that SNA or ABS-CBN Sports and Action, they have so many ongoing talk shows right now with the UAAP players. Of course, medyo na-shutdown na tungod sa CDO by the NTC. But again, it's about being creative. So I bring this talk to a close. I hope you had fun with me. And I'd like to go back again. I go back to our purpose. Why are we here? We are here to produce better human beings, better athletes, or better students to become better human beings. That's why I wanted sign there classified ads. We need transformational leaders. We need transformational coaches. We need transformational teachers. This is the new normal. Again, it's not new normal. It's normal now in sports and education. So let us do something and not to nothing. So thank you very much. I'll stop presenting. Nagawas na sabi sa stop presenting. And with that, we bring everything to a close. So once again, I'd like to thank Sir Francis, Coach Francis, for being here today. It's always a pleasure to be able to give a lecture to the DepEd Cebu City team. And I hope that all of us together, no, we take on our transformed role. Bago na nila the new normal, and it's normal now, that we shall now become transformational leaders who will help produce better human beings from among our students. Thank you very much, and maayong adlaw ka natin.